Let's go. One Live Radio DJ Goodnight. Sitting down for an OG session with my man Lee Davis.
What's up?
Welcome.
Oh man, it's a pleasure to be here, man. What's going on, my brother?
We was just chopping up a little bit before we went on air about the status of the city, what's going on,
Right.
you know. And I was saying one of the reasons that I do this is because a lot of the younger generation does not know the history of hip hop in the city.
Wow. Right.
You know,
Right.
they think that it started with Wiz and Mac.
Right.
Before that, country music was the thing here.
Right.
You know.
Still is for real.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know, they got multiple country stations in the city,
Yes.
and we don't even have a real hip hop.
Right. And then you got country music crossing over into pop now.
Yeah, true.
Hey.
Yeah, Taylor Swift.
Right.
You know.
Non-threatening music. You know.
Yeah.
You know how it goes down.
You know, and it's so appropriate for the city though.
Right.
You know, Kenny Chesney coming to town.
Tear shit up.
And and tear shit up like you said, and leave piles of garbage in the parking lot.
Right.
And WAPO and Hardo aren't allowed to perform open for Mac Miller.
That's deep, ain't it?
Yeah, you know.
But you know what? If these youngins don't speak up and you know put their foot down, then it's gonna stay like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm with them. You know, I always tell these youngins, man, whatever y'all want to do, if we're standing on the truth, then let's do it, man. We gonna make this movement happen.
Yeah.
But they gotta want to do it though. They can't just sit on their hands. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no doubt. So let everybody know how you got your start.
Man, sheesh. Man, the quick, easy version and the PG version started in college, man. WVU, doing parties, you know, running with my old roommate Norris Preston, who's now one of the dopest producers in the movie industry and TV industry out in LA. Shout out to Norris. And so took that, dropped out of college, man. For whatever reason, it wasn't for me. I was too militant at the time anyway, so, you know, plus I had business all through me, being an entrepreneur. I knew I couldn't work for too many people or anybody really, so dropped out of college, man. Everybody know my history in the streets, man, how I got down, man. I did it on another level. I ain't bragging or nothing, but, I just did it.
Yeah.
I went hard at that, man, learned my lesson, got out of it. Created a store called Mo Gear, the first Mo Gear downtown. Me and Mo, shout out to Mo. Got that off the ground, and for real, Mo taught me a lot of stuff, man, about business that I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's one of the first mentors as far as business is concerned, man. And shout out to him. And that's really how I got started. And once we got into Mo Gear and got the urban clothing going,
Yeah.
you know, and me going out to these shows and dealing with the likes of Diddy, Fat Joe, Russell Simmons, shout out to Russ. Everybody that was in the clothing business back then, I got to meet. And then when they would come to Pittsburgh or there was concerts coming, whew, man, I don't know what happened right there, but we back to being live again. But so they would come to Pittsburgh, and then concerts would come, and I got to know producers and promoters. And then, so that's how I got into that game.
Yeah.
Pushing records and dealing with Whammo, the old Whammo back in the day. And so then I just started throwing parties and concerts, man. And that was the early to mid 90s. That's when it was really, the culture was booming.
Yeah. The 90s is the golden era, you know, pretty much.
Was it?
You know?
So that's how I got my start, man. And this has been a glorious, and I've been blessed, you know what I mean, to stay in this industry. And really make a living. A lot of people can't say they made a living and really that's all they did their whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without
That's
taking
true.
a second or third job or something.
Yeah.
So, that's how I got started.
Okay. So right now you have Lee Davis and Associates.
Yeah, consulting, man. So we deal with everything from business to community stuff. Oh.
Let's get something for you.
Okay, we back. Cool. So, Lee Davis and Associates Consulting deal with everything from business, sports, community, and entertainment.
Okay.
So, examples of that, community, we're working with New Kensington, and in that area, trying to help them redevelop their area, get some things going over there. So we're consulting on that. Business-wise, we're dealing with Divine Water right now out of Oklahoma, helping them strengthen up their portfolio and then hopefully sell it. Matter of fact, I got to get out of here tomorrow and meet with Nestle. We're trying to deal with them as far as selling the company to them.
Yeah.
So I've been dealing heavily with them. Sports, we put our hands into that so heavy that we had to branch off into a sports marketing firm, which is called Sports Marketing Firm, Atlanta, Pittsburgh. We're dealing with everybody from Allen Iverson to Robert Foster's family, the #1 receiver for Alabama. So we're dealing with some high school, college, and pro athletes, as well as doing marketing and trying to get them their portfolios together as well, as far as money management, time management, life skills development, all that sort of stuff is rolled up into that. And so entertainment-wise, we do artist bookings, speakers, whatever we got our hands heavy in entertainment because that was my baby. So promotional push is still thriving with Devin. He's killing the game.
Definitely.
He's another young OG.
We're going to sit down with Dev. I was trying to get him to come through tonight. He texted me after the last minute and said he wasn't able to make it. So.
That brother's way more busier than me, Obama, and Bush, and Reagan, and Trump, and everybody else.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? But that's Lee Davidson Associates, man. We got our hand on a lot across the country, man, and really nationally and internationally.
So, now, Hardo just signed with Sony Red. Do you have anything with that?
No, that wasn't. Hardo was dope, man. But my man Shadow Stokes, been dealing with him since I was maybe 20-something years ago. We was on the street doing promotions for labels and so Shadow went from doing that to being now co-owner of E1 Entertainment and music. So he did the branch off label with Sony, boutique label, and I guess he did a joint venture with Hardo. So that's Shadow Stokes is the homie, man. Good dude, man. Good business mind. And one of our mentors is Gio Bivens from RCA Records, Sony, the big dog. You know what I mean? So that's how we really got together, got to know each other, man. So conference calls and just saying who's the hottest artist out here or who's in Pittsburgh or the region. And so I'm happy, man. I'm happy to see a brother, realize his dream. And Hardo, man, he deserves it. He put the work in.
Definitely.
So that's what's up.
He's making some good music too.
Right. There's another young dude though that's coming out of Pittsburgh, man. That y'all gonna hear his name, man. I've been working with him exclusively. His name is Skelly Wizzle. Dude from the city, man. Great videos. But what I love about this young brother is he listens. You know what I mean? He takes direction well, and so he's gonna be doing some big things going into 2018, man. And we lining him up.
Really I see he went out with Hef on the Most Wanted tour.
Def Jam, They did the Most Wanted tour. Him and Hardo was on the tour together, man. They killed it every city, man. They killed it. And so we're gonna keep that vibe going, man, and keep that energy moving going into 2018. And I think we're gonna release his first single around the holiday time in November. You know what I mean? The album will come out around Christmas or into the first quarter of next year. So look out for that brother. And so I'm real proud of him, man. Real humble young guy, man.
That's dope. That's good to hear. Now, when we first worked together, it was through CEA with mentoring. I know that you've always been mentoring young people. So just speak on it a little bit.
Well, one thing a lot of people know, because I wear Braddock on my chest, man, and so coming from humble beginnings and knowing how we came up, and we had I guess what you would call mentors now, but back then it was just an old head, man. It was just telling you right from wrong.
Dropping knowledge a little bit.
Right. And so you never forget those things, and even though we went through our bumps and whatever to get to to where we at right now as grown men, my whole life has always been, no matter what I've done in business or whatever, it's always been to take that knowledge and even monies or whatever else and give back to the youngins, man. The young bucks out here, and to teach them the right way, man, how to do things and not have to go through all the stuff we went through to learn. We learned. You know what I mean? So
definitely.
Mentoring, we still doing it to this day, man. We up at with my man Chris that runs ATU, great brother, man. If you don't know him, man, look him up, man. He's a good dude, man. So we up there at the intermediate school in Swissvale, still doing that officially. But then I also school the youngins that's on the block too. You know what I mean? Some of them come to the office. I don't care what you doing, man, and what station you in life. Socioeconomic stuff. I don't care. I don't do all that bougie black stuff, man. I don't got 20 degrees after my name or letters after my name and all that. And even if I did, it wouldn't even matter, man. I'm still gonna give it back.
Yeah.
And so, hopefully these NFL dudes from Pittsburgh will see that and get their mind right and start giving back, not only knowledge-wise, but monetarily, man.
Yeah.
Because most of the neighborhoods they come from is fucked up, let's be honest.
Yeah,
You
true.
know what I mean? And so, whether you in business, sports, entertainment, or whatever, man, and you made it out of here, or if you still here doing well, man, you should be able to get that back at some point.
Definitely.
Or you should want to anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what do you think about the whole thing with the Colin Kaepernick taking a knee? And I mean, honestly, I'm supportive because I'm a veteran too.
Right,
so
right,
I mean,
right.
it didn't offend me. That's why veterans fight for the rights for him to do that.
Right.
But I mean, half this country don't feel
They
like
don't
that.
understand that, man. Because, everybody stuck in their silos and ways of thinking and all that. And that's fine, man, whatever. But we all know why he took the knee. He explained why he took the knee. And I wholeheartedly support that.
Yeah.
But even on the flip side of that, did he really have to take the knee to let you know that black folks is being shot every day? The whole world knows that.
Yeah, it's on TV
So
almost
for black
every day.
folks to come to me and say, hey, he took the knee and this is why he did it. Bruh, if him taking the knee just really shed light on that to you, I don't know where you've been at.
Yeah.
But if he didn't have to take that knee, we going through this every day.
Yeah.
I don't care, like I said, I could sit up and put my feet up every day if I wanted to and do nothing. I'm okay now. I've been doing a lot of things in my life. I've saved up. I'm cool. I got some stuff. So I could really sit back and do nothing, but I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like a lot of brothers want to play the deep third. And even if they went through some things, they still don't want to get involved. They want to just, act like everything is cool. I can't do that. So I'm with Kaepernick, but did he have to take that knee for me to understand what we going through? No. But, hats off to that brother. He may never get a chance to play in the league again, but he had to take that dart. I mean, a lot of people got to take that first shot.
Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't have the strength to do that.
Right. And so, I hope he gets another shot. Lord knows there's teams that need him.
Oh, yeah.
But if not, man, I don't think it's in vain, what he did.
Oh,
Because everybody's talking about something now. He got the whole country talking
he sparked
about
it.
Yeah. And North Korea could push a button tomorrow, but we ain't talking about that.
Yeah.
The president, we just seen hurricanes, flood, all types of stuff going on. The president talking about the NFL today.
Yeah. That's crazy to me.
You know what I'm saying?
But the thing that I don't think that NFL players nor NFL owners realize is that if the players got together and took all their services elsewhere, like if it went back to just white only, man, NFL, NBA.
They know that, man.
And
the reason why, I'll give you a small example as to show you why they know that, is because Roger Goodell would never have called a meeting this weekend if he didn't understand the power of the players.
Yeah.
And backtrack on saying, everybody got to understand, or you should. No, everybody's not going to stand. And guess what? These brothers showed them and told them that they wasn't going to stand. If they want to kneel, they're going to kneel. So Roger Goodell had to back up off of that and make a different statement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you look at the history of Trump, he never liked the NFL anyway. That's why he tried to start his own league.
Yeah,
and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Right. And it didn't work.
Yeah.
So he always got that chip on his shoulder and still does about the NFL.
Yeah.
But if you don't know that history, then you just think he's just,
just
gung-ho
talking
NFL. He's just talking crazy right now. He got a chip on his shoulder by everybody and everything.
Honestly, I think that he was placed in office to be that distraction.
He might have been.
I
really think that he won and didn't think he was going to win.
I thought that too.
Holy shit, I won.
Yeah.
Now what do? I got to scramble. Because you look at everybody that he's hired or brought on, at some point they've left. This dude is crazy as hell.
Yeah.
And he must be doing this so that he can get impeached to kick that office.
Yeah, because he don't want to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
And we heard a few months ago, remember he said some crazy stuff out of his mouth like, I didn't know this job was going to be this hard.
Yeah.
Who says that?
Yeah. You ran for president. You chose that.
Right. So I don't know, man. Enough of Trump, man. He's a chump, man.
Yeah, definitely. So, we were speaking on the state of Pittsburgh hip hop and music.
Right.
Right now, who are you feeling? Like, we're talking about Hardo, and you said Skelly.
Yeah. I mean, there's a little B Night. You know what I mean? What's my younger name? Thomas. That dude that's the singer. You know what I mean? Landon.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I'm going blank because he's a fellow Woody High alum. You know what I mean? So But yeah, there's a lot of young cats out here, man. Too many to name because Pittsburgh always been talented.
Yeah, super talented.
With artists, producers, poetry, artwork. I mean, you name it, man. Pittsburgh got it going on. Now, one day, hopefully, we'll get a coalition like we was trying to do the past 20 years.
Yeah.
And get everybody a part of the coalition so we can move in one direction and help people get a little funds, you know what I mean, and make a couple dollars for their art.
Yeah.
But maybe this new generation will do it, man. You know, everybody talk down on the millennials, but they the smartest cats that I've met, man.
Yeah.
I sit with these dudes, man, and these young ladies. They show me a lot, man. So, maybe they'll stamp out, some of this craziness that's going on in the world, man. And figure it out because we gave it a shot and we still trying to help out and all, but
it's time for the next generation
take the crown off and
Yeah.
say, hey, youngin, it's your turn to do this, man, and we'll just guide you or help you as much as we can.
Yeah, just work in a supportive role,
Right.
Now, I know we were talking about history of Pittsburgh hip hop, and you were discussing how Black Seas
Oh yeah.
was one of the reasons Death Row actually came to be. Can you speak on that again?
Instrumental, man, and hopefully C's is looking at this or clicking on or something. But yeah, coming out of Braddock, he was one of the first artists in the '90s, or the first artist in Pittsburgh to get signed to a major deal through Interscope. And the two names escape me, but the one brother that everybody knows was in the wheelchair, and his wife, I believe her name was Lydia. They were the ones that was helping fund that movement with Black Seas. You know what I mean? And so after that whole thing, went down and Seas went on to do his own thing, they went on and put the money up for Dre and Suge to start Death Row.
Okay.
So some of that Seas money, some of the stuff they was doing was actually the seed money to start Death Row, and we know the history of that. What happened from there. But Pittsburgh always been in the mix out in LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With Dr. Dre, when he first got on, all the producers that he brought on when he left Death Row and started Aftermath.
Yeah.
All the producers was from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had Sneed, we had Butter, Stooby Doo, Chris Nolan. Who else was over there with him? There was somebody else. There was a couple other cats. But yeah, so I think all 4 or 5 of the producers that went over there was from Pittsburgh.
Right.
Sam Sneed was his right hand man out
Yeah.
of Keysport.
Yeah.
So, Sam was there I think before everybody, and then Mailman, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he
was one
came
of
out.
those guys. So we always had our hand in hip hop, whether it's East Coast, even with Diddy, with Bad Boy, we had people from Pittsburgh working within Bad Boy.
Yeah.
And so for me, knowing these people and knowing all this, the East Coast, West Coast stuff in the 90s was crazy to me. Like, how, we all from the same, really.
Yeah, I mean, you're East Coast born, relocated to the West Coast.
Right.
And so how's East and West beefing when East is basically...
It was the media.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That was a media.
Yeah, they hyped it up. They got a lot out of it. We lost some good brothers and sisters in the mix because of it. You know what I mean? But you look at Rage was from Virginia.
Yeah.
Who else was out there? What's the name was from Philly? You know what I'm talking
part of the Dog Pound.
Yeah, part
Corrupt.
of the Dog Pound. Corrupt was from Philly.
Yeah.
All the producers was from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And so, it made no sense at the time. But, you had to go with the team that you was
Yeah,
rolling. It was cutting the check.
Yeah, no doubt. You'd be like, oh, I got traded to the Raiders? Okay, yeah, let's go Raiders.
Well, Raiders now, right.
Yeah, no
So,
doubt. No
it is
doubt.
what it is, man.
So, recently, they just had Thrival Festival.
Right.
Down there in Rankin.
Right.
And with that relocating, because it originally started in Hazelwood.
Right.
That was the first year, and this is year 5. So
Well, actually it started in East Liberty.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Development kept moving them. Every time there was some development, they moved to another site.
Yeah, because matter of fact, I forgot about that. De La Soul.
Yeah,
De La Soul performed in that.
Right.
The original one.
True.
But with them relocating down there to Cary Furnace, do you think there's going to be an influx of business in the region? Because I mean, they put that ramp down there.
I think they're still trying to figure out what they're going to put there. I've been to council meetings for Braddock and Rankin and talked to several key people involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they have a good idea, a good plan of what they want to do to complement the waterfront.
Yeah.
As far as Homestead, but I don't know if it's going to happen or what they, really what they're going to do there. But they got to put some type of business that can, bring employment.
Oh yeah,
I think the scale. We cool with art and concerts and stuff, but at the end of the day, we need jobs.
Yeah,
Man.
no doubt.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know, everything I get into business wise, man, is to help somebody get on. You know what I mean, or get a job, feed their family.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I can't have a candle company, you know, that and it just be me. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people come to me about these businesses, but it's only a one-person entity.
Yeah.
And they don't have any room to scale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I try not to. I mean, I encourage people like that, but if you want to get with me, man, we trying to do something big, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And by the grace of God, we got 6 companies. We employ close to 40 people.
Yeah.
And we've never had a loan. We never did no crowdfunding.
Yeah.
You know, you don't see us on Facebook asking for money or trying to get it from Hines and all these people. You
Yeah.
know, no disrespect to anybody else, but you know, I'm from a different era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't want nobody telling me what I need to do with my money or how to use it.
Yeah.
Even when I'm doing the mentoring and we got our own 501c3.
Yeah.
I was tired of old heads telling me how I had to do something.
Yeah.
This is a new age and a new millennium. You know, we trying to do something different. Now, all that old stuff ain't working. Look at our communities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And quite frankly, you know, I see all these people around me, even some people that work for us, you know, they got 20,000 degrees, but like Minister Farrakhan said, you got all these degrees, but y'all still can't solve poverty in the community. Y'all still can't solve violence in the community. You still can't solve, you know, certain things that you said you're expert at. You ain't got that PhD, you ain't got that master's, the MBA or whatever. You said that means you're a master at it.
Yeah.
But you still can't solve anything.
Yeah.
So what I realize is that's individual effort. That makes you feel good. That makes you get paid or get a job for somebody and work for somebody and you okay. But the rest of us, you know what I mean, we still got to struggle.
Yeah, still dealing in reality.
While y'all just talk about what we need to do as black folks,
Yeah.
you know, and now they got a term for that. My attorney told me a couple weeks ago, it's called intellectual entertainment.
Ooh.
They made a whole category out of talking smart.
Yeah, yeah.
Out of saying the right stuff.
Yeah.
And telling folks what they need to do.
Yeah.
Now it's intellectual entertainment.
Yeah.
So I can get $25,000 to come on your radio show or go on stage and talk about something and never ever show you how to do it.
Yeah.
Or demonstrate it. It's deep, man. So
That's crazy. Because I mean, you know, we ran into that a lot trying to organize hip hop in the city. There was so many people with, we should do, or we should do, or we can do, but everybody wanted to be the chief.
Right. It ended up being me and you.
Yeah, exactly. You know, everybody wanted to be the chief, and then when it came time to show up for a meeting, we're like, I can't make it, or I'll be there next week, you know.
And so everybody needs to know that too, the history. Like I'm telling my story now. Like going into 2018, I'm telling my story. I'm telling everybody who started what, who was a part of what. And so everybody needs to know that you was a part of the first movement of the Hip Hop Academy. You know what I mean? Putting that whole thing together. It was hijacked and went a different direction. And so that's cool. But, you know, hats off to you for keeping that going, man, and starting a radio show with the kids. We're still going to this day.
KK still doing that.
Right. People understand that, man. Like that's been
that's 7 years now.
Exactly. Nobody has a radio show that long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As far as independent.
Yeah.
There's people that's on national radio shows that haven't been on that long. And they're still going strong. Yeah. And they tied to the youth. They're talking about relevant stuff. And I'm so proud of them, man. And like I said, you had the vision to say, hey, we need to do this radio show with you. And they did it, and you put it together, man. So, you know, hats off to you, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You know, you got a facility here that's amazing. You know what I mean? A lot of us have stuff like this.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
People talk about economics and buy black and ownership and all this stuff, but most people that talk it don't have it.
Yeah, they just talk it.
Yeah. And they good at it. I get, you know, you can amp somebody up to go do it. Yeah. But, you know, and I always say, when I look at these cats that come on and talk about black wealth and all this black stuff, and then you pull the stuff back and you see that they don't own anything, they don't hire anybody, don't employ nobody, couldn't hire their mama if they needed to, and so it sounds good. And I'm not mad at nobody. That's your hustle. That's your hustle. Yeah. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, you playing with somebody's life, man. And
somebody's dream.
Hey, truth, man. And so I want to show you how to get it, you know, legally. You know what I mean? I done did the illegal stuff too. Everybody know my history, man. And so for me to change my life and do the things I'm doing now, man, it's just been a blessing, man. Just to be here, man. Like, people take this for granted, man. I don't
Living
have to
this
be
long.
here, man. I don't have to. You ain't have to invite me to be on this show, man. A million people you could have brought over here, man. So I appreciate everything.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, in the 90s, there was a club in Monroeville called Kong's.
Oh man, that was one of my starts, man.
Yeah, now, just talk about it for a little bit, because, I mean, people don't remember Kong, because, I mean, Kong's was off the chains, like...
Man, shout out to Stephon, man, to Salt. Salt Shaker Productions put me on, man. My OG one time said, I gotta go out of town, man, can you handle this party for me, man? And it was a party for my man Rico. They got the barbershop. And from there, man, we had if you was a player, a gangster, artist, whatever, everybody mama came to that party, and that set me on fire, man. Like, everybody knew my name after that as far as the parties, man. So Salt, man, when he put me on to that, it was over, man. And then we started really doing the stuff and bringing crazy celebrities in and big artists. And then we got with Diddy, and Diddy started giving us all his new artists, like who we had, Mace. That's when he was Murder Mace, and Killer Cam, and Lil Kim, and them all them, man. His whole lineup that he was dealing with, he threw us on some freebie type stuff, man, just to get them known. And then everybody, all the labels started coming to us, and you know, dealing with Whammo heavy when it was really Whammo, you know what I mean?
Yeah, when it was Sheridan Broadcasting.
Yeah, man. And so Kong's, man, we opened the door for a lot of artists back then too, man. Doing them free concerts, letting them get on stages that they had never seen before, never been on. You know, having Fierce when I had my first label back in the 90s, and my first artist was Fierce. And we had like 7 artists come on after that, man. So everybody got a taste of that stage, man. And it was a wonderful time. It was a great era, man. The 90s, it'll never be the same.
Yeah,
90s,
like they try to compare it, but it's not. No.
I remember young Mike Dean coming through. You know what I mean? You can see Mike on the radio now and doing his thing, man. He's a youngin' coming through and trying to see how he was making it happen. And he took that and ran with it. You know what I mean? So I'm proud of everybody that came out of that era, because I see people on TV now that was youngins. That's in front of the camera, man. That's behind the camera. One of the young cats now is an entertainment attorney, and I saw he was like, man, if it wasn't for Kong's, man, I wouldn't even be in this. So he's big in New York now. So we touched a lot of people, man. We put a lot of people on, man, that some we didn't even know, you know. So shout out to Kong's in Monroeville, man, and partying with no problems. And being able to go to Stylegate in Monroeville and get you a nice little fit. You know what I mean? Go down to Mo Gear, get you something to put on or whatever, man, and get really dressed up. And we used to treat women different too, man.
Oh my God,
I love women. I don't know how these young dudes talk to these women all crazy and say stuff to these young ladies. I don't know how the young ladies take it.
You know what I equivalent to? Pac said it. We're gonna make a whole race of babies is gonna hate the ladies.
Wow, man.
You know?
And the kids that came out of them 90s unions, man, and that's the drawback, man. We had some brothers, because it was the drug era and the culture and the music, and we had a lot of kids that are now that don't know their dads because of the one night hookups or just kicking it like that. And so that's the only drawback, man. And some crazy stuff that came out of that. But musically, culturally, hip hop was never stronger, man. And even though hip hop ain't never been sanitized, we heard crazy stuff all throughout the history. But in the 90s, it was just different. It was just a different aura, man. The vibe was insane. And so, more money doing the tech stuff. He travels the country talking about tech. You know, Nas.
A lot of people don't know about
Nas. Uber, you know what I mean? And other things. So you got to be diverse in your thought and your investments, man. You can't just think or just say, I'm going to just be a rapper. Because it's the easy way out. People say that, kids say that, but you only picked up a mic once, every 2 days or 3 days. It's like somebody said, I want to go to the NBA, because you never see them with a basketball. They're always just hanging out. No, you gotta learn.
They're hanging out at the court.
You're just hanging out. You gotta learn your craft, man. Research, man. Know your history. And we always say in my office, get your 40 hours in. You know what I mean? Get your 40,000 hours in. Because 40,000 hours means you're gonna be an expert in that. That means you researched, did your homework for 40,000 hours, read up on stuff. So
I always try to tell artists, like right now, like over the years, there's a couple people that came to me about management, and I usually start off like 30 days. I'm like, after 30 days, if you really want to continue this, we'll continue it. And it usually doesn't last 30 days because I don't see them putting in any work towards being an artist. I'm like, what did you do today towards becoming an artist? Well, I couldn't get to the studio. I'm like, did you write some bars? Did you call somebody about some beats? You know, I mean, I'm like, you sit around and play video games
Right.
and think about that, and I'm like, video games aren't getting you paid.
Sure ain't, man.
You know?
My thing is, I don't care who I'm talking to. First thing we're gonna do is eliminate all the excuses. Push the excuses off the table.
Yeah.
Now we can get somewhere. And you know, to be honest with you, I'm to the point. If you're 21 and younger, I'm gonna give you all the game you want for free.
Yeah.
Now, if you're 21 or older, or over 21 and you working or something, then you got to pay for my time.
Yeah.
You know, like when I go into the great legendary Burt Padell, who is my tax attorney. Known him for a while now. Paid the man well when we got to do what we got to do. But when I come into his office, his time is valuable. What he does is he has this hourglass. And when you sit down, he turns the hourglass over. And that's the amount of time you have to chit chat and bullshit with him.
Yeah.
When that hourglass is done, which is only going to be a minute or two, now you on the clock. You got to pay me.
Yeah.
And so that's the stance I've taken now too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people want information and want to sit with you and kick the bobo with you, but you taking up time and you really ain't serious about what you're trying to do. And I can't waste my time anymore.
Yeah. I mean, and we ran across that too, because I remember somebody, I'm not going to put their name out there, came to the Hip Hop Academy wanting to be involved in it and came to the meetings, and next thing you know, they popped up someplace else with the same type of program. I'm like,
just stole it. You hijacked it. You know what happened, man.
Yeah.
And that's how this game is, though.
Yeah.
But we couldn't be mad, though.
Yeah.
Because we came into this just for the love and to help the kids.
Yeah.
And so when somebody comes in, steals something or take whatever they think they're going to take and take it somewhere else, and they don't have the heart. They don't have the heart we had and the passion we had. So, of course, I hate to say this, but we really try to do it for the urban kids, the kids in the city that really wanted to learn how this game goes.
Yeah.
And this person hijacked and took it to all the white schools.
Yeah.
That really was just fun for them. It was like, you know, whatever. But for us, we knew these kids was taking this like it was their life.
Yeah.
Like they wanted to really get involved in this.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, the work we still doing is still relevant, valid, but we just were doing it for the love of it, man. And so, you know, we use our own money. You know how you do.
Yeah.
We do anything we doing, we put our own money to it. You
Yeah,
know
no
what I mean?
doubt.
And so we could do it the right way, how we want to do it, not be told how to do
Yeah.
it. And so now that movement been hijacked. He don't even run that no more, I don't think. So it is what it is, but hey.
It's funny too.
Zone.
I sat down with Bolo and Buddha.
Yeah. Oh man.
You know, because I had
Hip Hop Academy alum.
Yeah, I had an interview from Dreams Nightclub talking to them about the Hip Hop Academy.
Wow, I remember that.
And I showed them the video.
They're looking young as hell.
Yeah, and then I asked them like, what do you remember about that, and what have you done since then?
Right.
And so I mean, they're two of the perfect examples of what happens when kids in high school get exposed to the industry.
Right.
One, it reflects the type of music they make.
Right.
And two, it reflects on the outcome of the type of jobs they have.
Right.
Because like, you know, Bolo works at iHeartRadio.
Right.
You know, and has his own company.
Right.
And Buddha went to the military, but he always did music and video and photography and art and made money off of it.
Right.
And now the military is paying for him to go to Full Sail.
Right.
You know,
that's dope.
for computer animation, which is basically just adding other layers to his skill set.
Right.
You know, so it's just like I said, it's the blueprint. You know,
Right.
we have the example of how to do it, and two examples of how the outcome. And so I mean, it's just a matter of time before.
It's you know, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
There's certain kids that's gonna have it in them anyway.
Yeah.
So whether they got with us or not, they was gonna get into this game somehow by any means necessary.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy for them two brothers, like you mentioned, the hip hop radio show, you know, that's still going on to this day. So it's amazing, man, how some people could take certain bits and pieces of information and blow it up into something so great and so valuable. And because I run into them brothers, man, and they still dropping the knowledge on the younger guys.
Oh yeah, they definitely
you
do.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I sit back and be like, okay, this is dope, right? This is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Each one.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And so when, like you talked about earlier about different artists, you know, that's why I love a Dave East. I love a Chance the Rapper.
Yeah.
I love, you know, even the guys that say some of the weirdest and craziest stuff. That's hip hop.
Yeah.
So I don't want to become the old dude that was the old
dude.
dude.
Like, oh, that's not real hip hop.
Right. because we had that. We was coming up. That's
Yeah.
not hip hop.
Yeah.
That's not music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we got a
Exactly.
lot of our generation now being that finger pointer.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not hip hop. That's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, because I mean, it's funny too, because I run into a lot of people that I came up with who like might have been a b-boy back in the day or a DJ at one point, and now they're telling they don't even listen to hip hop.
Right.
Hip hop?
Listening
What do you
to
mean?
jazz.
Yeah, exactly, man. I called my cousin out one time, boy. He was in town. He was in town for a wedding, and we were talking like the night before the wedding and stuff. Because my one cousin, he coaches arena football, and our other cousin, like, moved to Atlanta and got into business, and
Right.
he got to be a bougie nigga and shit.
Right.
So
it happens. We lose
yeah,
one
I
every
mean,
now and
yeah,
then,
exactly. So we're sitting around talking, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I just can't. I don't understand this new hip hop, and I'm listening to the jazz stations. I'm looking at him. I'm like, dog. I got a picture of you with some parachute pants on,
Right.
a bandana and a spike bracelet.
Right.
Now you listen to jazz exclusively. I'm like, come on, man, what happened?
No, man. No, it's funny, man. My sons, man, like that. And you know how it is with your kids. Too,
Yeah, yeah.
man. When you love hip hop, you pass it on to
Oh
them.
yeah,
So, even my son with the high top fade and all that, one thing he thought that was so new. I'm like,
Yeah.
let me show you some pictures. I ain't show you these.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
show you these. No, we was doing that too, so
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
I'm not being the one that's saying, man, you can't wear your hair like that. Nah, man, I
Yeah.
wore my hair like that. I
Yeah.
had the dreads.
Yeah.
I did all the stuff that they doing now. I get it.
yeah,
It's just part of the culture again, and self-expression and how you want to do your thing.
Yeah.
So if you ain't hurting nobody, man, and you ain't really, putting somebody else down or whatever, man, I ain't
Good
mad
for you.
at it. Do
Yeah.
what you do, man.
yeah,
And put your own twist on it. You know what I mean? But other than that, I just don't dig how a lot of these newer cats talk crazy about our women. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even
Yeah.
back when we was coming up. People said certain things, but they said it in a certain way that
Yeah.
made it sexy or groovy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
or cool.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Now
But
there's no
they
filter.
straight out talking like,
Yeah.
all types of crap. I'm like, wow, really?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Okay, there's no creativity in that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if you gonna really say something.
Yeah, but also too, what it is too is if you think about it, like when we were coming up, like to get exposed to porn, or we had like Playboy or Penthouse or Players Club, like you might have something on Cinemax or HBO.
Right.
Now all they gotta do is
Man,
and they got the
before
most
everybody had no HBO and no Cinemax, man. We was broke as hell.
Yeah, but now they just got, they got access to anything and
Right.
everything
Right.
at the touch of a button. So,
True.
that's where I think it comes from. I mean, I think a lot of our younger generation are over-sexualized.
Yeah,
And-
and desensitized to a
Yeah,
lot of
exactly,
things.
you know.
And so, again, that leads into some of the conversations we had today at one of the schools about, some of these recent killings and how all these little kids, 15, 14, being shot at or killed or whatever. And so, nobody, people think they're going to come back from that, based on, video games or whatever they think they see in these movies, man. Like, when you get shot, it ain't no, man, just go home without me, man, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
No, I was like, hell no, dog. Get me to the help. Oh, wait a minute. Scream help something. Get me to the hospital.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that glamorized stuff, man.
Yeah.
And then, again, with these kids out here, I can't blame the kids, with some of the stuff that the parents are putting on them,
Mhm.
social media, the media,
Yeah.
the images they see, the music,
Yeah.
mixed with the drugs or whatever they may be taking. There's a lot of stuff coming at these kids,
Yeah.
man. And parents, they need a lot of help too. And
Yeah.
one thing we gotta really understand is we all have mental health issues.
Yeah,
I
true.
don't care, how stable your house is or what you think you got going on.
Yeah.
We all suffer through, depression and all types of things like that. And so as black folks, man, especially in the hip hop community, because that's what we come from.
Yeah.
We got to get past that stipulation of mental health is crazy.
Yeah.
If you get help, that means something wrong with you. No.
Yeah.
Just like when your body's hurting or something, you get it in shape.
Yeah, you go to the
Mind,
hospital.
you gotta get your mind in shape too. You gotta get your mind right. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So mental, physical,
Yeah.
health, all that. We gotta get it on top of it.
Yeah, because if you think about it, though, a majority of young people and people coming out of our generation are dealing with PTSD and don't even realize it.
Don't even know it.
They don't even know. It's just
Right.
they're traumatized too. And then on top of that, you got you might have a parent with PTSD who has a kid with ACHD that
Sheesh.
they're dealing with and don't know how to deal with them. So the way they deal with them, like give them this video game and stick them in front of the TV.
Right.
That's desensitizing them to killing because it's just a game.
Right, because I actually like did a study back in the day about video games and violence, and there's a direct correlation to they connect.
Yeah.
Video games and violence. I mean, you know, it wears on the kids. They take on some of the habits, just like if they see something every day outside the house, whether it's drug dealing, hustling, or whatever. At some point, you're gonna take that on.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the video games play a part in some of these things too. But it's a big pot, man. We got a lot to do, a lot of work to do in our community, man. And I think we're gonna be the only ones to pull ourselves out of this.
Oh, yeah.
It's not gonna be a program. It's not gonna be the government helping. It's not gonna be you know, progressive white people that want to help out and do all these things with black folks and all that. Thank you for your help. We love it.
Yeah.
But we got to get ourselves together, and it ain't going to be education to pull us out of this. Individually, education helps us out.
Yeah.
And we've gotten more degrees since Reconstruction, and yet our communities have gotten worse.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be the educational system to bring us out. That'll help. But we got to definitely get on top of our economics, but more importantly, we got to get back to our spirit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I ain't talking about just religion. I'm talking about spirit. Because I always give the example of when people say, you know, you got to get this degree or you got to go here and get that. Well, studies show that most lawyers, 60% of them are depressed and don't want to have that job. 50% of MBAs are underemployed or unemployed.
Yeah.
So let's not go there. A lot of these kids and you see it in the offices, CMU, Pitt, Carnegie Mellon, Point Park, I can name them all, lined up to come to my office for a job or something. They'll take anything.
Yeah.
Well, you got a master's in this, and well, I don't care about that. What can I do? I need a job. And so we've got to understand that, you know, along with those things and hurdles we got to deal with, one of the things we got to get back to is our spirit, man. And I know my grandfather, you know, and grandma, they wasn't the most educated people, but they took care of their family.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody ate when nobody hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even the families that we know, because we all come from humble beginnings, there's sides of our family that were struggling or so-called poor, but you know, you had the community around you.
Yeah.
Everybody loved you. Everybody loved each other. So
it helped everybody else out.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing to get some sugar for some Kool-Aid or something from Miss so-and-so up the block.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if I was in the project, so B11, I go to B10, you know, Miss Johnson had whatever, some bread, so we got something. You know, we had the cheese.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to get back to that whole communal type thing, man, and love for each other, man, and get our spirit back.
There's no unity.
Man.
You know?
What is unity when it's convenient?
When somebody dies, somebody gets shot, you know, there's unity for a moment.
It's deep, man.
You know,
we gotta, you know, I don't know, man. It's this whole thing of, you know, having no insurance, and I understand that, man. A lot of us didn't have insurance, but nowadays they make it so it's so available now.
Yeah.
You know that, or even if you don't have insurance, what happened to the community pitching in to pay for a young man's funeral when certain things happen? Because things are going to happen.
Yeah.
But now I see, you know, black folks always fall on white people, man. They crowdfunding. Now they want to crowdfund a funeral. Crowdfund for this. Beg for that, man. I call it begging. Yeah. Because I ain't never did none of this stuff. Maybe I'm just old school. I don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? People, well, you don't have money, you can't do. Man, there's so many people in our community that didn't have no money that did things. Yeah. You know, that made it happen. You know what I mean? But you got to get to know people and understand the community in order for the community to buy into it. Not just say, give me money just for money, give me money's sake because I want to do this. No, everybody should be a part of this with the youngins or the young ladies or whatever, man. So, you know, maybe I'm speaking harsh. Maybe people looking at me like, man, he's old school, man. You know, I love white folks, man. White folks, I love white folk too, man. Yeah. Business partners, man. I'm not saying that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Diddy had that song, like, you know, what was the song, Walker? He said, I got my millions up from fucking with them white folks. I believe that because I understand it. I did that too.
No
There's
doubt.
a lot of white folks that got rich from fucking with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we're going to put it bluntly, that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah. There's certain things that we got to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's that I think wholeheartedly, we just got to get back to the essence of who we are, knowing our history, knowledge of self, man. And, you know, and we got to civilize the 85ers, man. We got to get back to that. You know what I mean? Yeah. We gotta do what we gotta do, man. And I'm all for, like, I'm on your radio show. I don't care if fans could be listening. Anybody, I don't care. I'm all for, you know, and this is stuff we was talking about off camera. with people touching our kids,
Yeah.
and people doing certain things to our women, I'm all for putting that black hoodie on, man, and
Oh,
see
yeah.
that person like
Yeah.
like my uncle and them did back in the day.
Yeah.
We getting back to that, man.
Yeah.
We're having these meetings about who needs to get out of our community.
Yeah. Yeah.
These bougie Negroes ain't gonna do it. They'll
No.
talk about it. They'll come
No.
to the meeting, and I ain't got nothing, against my brothers, man. But do that talking. That's what y'all do.
Yeah.
Y'all can plot plan because everybody can't do what we gonna do on
Yeah.
this side, man.
Yeah.
So
Because I mean, honestly, the thing that struck me, like the community that I saw police itself the best is the Jewish community in Crown Heights. Because
Oh,
like,
yeah,
because
okay,
like,
yeah.
like I got family in Brooklyn,
right,
and you know,
Right.
Eastern Parkway really splits Brooklyn
Right.
into Crown
Right.
Heights, and
right.
like we're going through there, and I didn't see no police, but I seen no problems. I never seen like any nothing.
Right.
You know, if something needs taken care of, it gets taken care of.
Right.
There's no like having
That's
to wait.
old school. Even
Yeah.
with the Italians, I seen that happen in South Philly.
Yeah.
Dealing with them out there. 'Cause I got business partners that's Jewish, Italian, Irish, you name it, man. We get down, but. They all like John Brown type cats. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? If something go down, they going down with you.
Yeah.
There's no, hey, I understand your plight, man, but that's your problem.
Yeah,
We're gonna stay over here.
yeah, but like
We love hip hop, but we
but,
don't love the shit that hip hop gets into.
yeah, we're like we don't want that in our community.
Right,
We
right.
keep that in the hood. Yeah,
So, I get it, man, and everybody waiting for everybody.
yeah,
That's just Lee Davis speaking. Some of my staff, some people I deal with, we all don't agree on certain things.
yeah.
That's
Nobody's
fine.
never gonna agree on
Right.
everything.
That don't mean I'm not gonna work with you,
Yeah.
or deal with you, or whatever, man. It's just me. This is what
Yeah.
I do. From my experiences and from things I've seen and been through, you know what I mean? And I done been on panels with some of the most well-known people and some of the most underground people, you know what I mean? And we all got our different opinions and
Yeah,
things that we want to do, but we all agree that we got to get back to our spirituality, man, and what made us who we are, what made us great. And one thing that black and white folks got to understand is that if I wholeheartedly, I'm Christian, just for lack of better words, it's deeper than that. But
Mhm.
so my thing is, the body of Christ, man, if one part is hurting, then the whole body is hurting. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So if we black, white, or whatever, and we all love God, if one part of us is hurting, then the whole body, we all got to get to that part to heal it.
Yeah.
So that we can all be good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because at the end of the day, man, I'm not anti-white. I'm just pro-black. I love
Yeah.
black folks. That's my experience.
yeah,
Just
Yeah,
like
no
my
doubt.
Irish brothers love their Irish folks. The Italians, they have no problem.
Yeah.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that you love your people. That's
Yeah.
how it's supposed to be.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
when we get together, we kick it and have a good time, share each other's cultures. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Now, if the world could do that, it'd be much better. Then
Yeah.
you have a better time.
Also, we got to deal with though that a lot of times like other cultures can come together, but as soon as some black people start to unite about something, boy,
It's a
look at
problem.
them, look at them thugs.
Right,
Code word for nigga.
Right.
on the news.
Right. Well, my thing is, I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a lot of black folks that when they hear certain things, oh my God,
Yeah.
did he really do that or say, come on, really? Are you really
Yeah.
shocked by that?
Yeah,
Come on, man. Let's move on to the next thing, man.
Yeah.
Let's get together and see how we can start this business together.
Yeah.
And put some of these cats to work that you've been talking about helping or what we need to do in the community.
Yeah.
Let's sit down and put some things together, man.
yeah. I mean, see, honestly, that's what I think that needs to be encouraged more is more independent business. Like a lot of people coming out of school
Right.
don't need to worry about trying to get a job. It's like one of my boys just graduated from Carlo last year with a degree in human resources.
Right.
Can't get a job.
What is that? What do you do? What do you do with a degree in human? I know people that run whole companies that run the human resource that never went to school.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean,
I don't know. What is that? What is that?
from what I understand, like he would be the person that creates the database for companies to like once somebody is hired. So
Right.
you hire 100 people, you need all their information
Right.
and payroll setup and stuff like that. He would be the person to create that database on the computer and basically
Okay.
update it. And
So let me ask you this: he couldn't go learn that on his own, put that 40,000 hours in, and then be skilled at it or be an expert at it, and then walk in somewhere and say, "I'm an expert at this." Somebody's gonna give you a shot if you say that, or you come in there. Now, of course, sometimes the color of your skin may slow the
Yeah.
door down and slow how fast
Yeah.
you get into something. But even with that being said, start your own and be a consultant about it, and start with folks that you may know. I don't know. There's so many ways to get around.
Because what I told him is, and that I wanted to do with him is, because he has a felony.
Right.
So right now he doesn't have a job working in human resources. He's been applying for years. I'm like,
you got your own thing, man.
Yeah, I'm like, dog. I'm like, you have the perfect opportunity to create a business, create an employment agency for people in your same situation.
It's so crazy. You going right into stuff that we're done and we did it and it was proven to work.
Yeah.
We got a hand up. That's you seen it. Painting,
Yeah.
maintenance, hauling. We do light construction.
Yeah.
All that stuff, but tapped into that is we have a list of about 200 guys that are looking for jobs, but instead of them going to Labor Ready or whatever, they come to us and stuff that we can't get out to because we're not big enough yet. We send them on the job.
Yeah.
Here, brother, you take this job. So it's an employment agency almost without saying it.
Yeah.
You know, and pretty much anybody could do that for
Yeah.
real. If you got some connections and network and really want to help somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I encourage the cat to do what he got to do. Start his own thing.
Yeah.
You know, get a couple small contracts or whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody always gonna give you a shot. You know what I mean? And felony. Everybody that's looking at this, if you don't know, I'm a felon, and so I don't use that as an excuse. I don't talk about it all like that unless it's the kids to help them get over something. I understand how serious it is out here.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we got 6 companies. We invested in all types of things. We got other outside ventures going on. And so, you know, to get the key to the city from the mayor, to get a proclamation from the county exec, to get a major award from President Obama. These are all the things that I have gotten in the past years, along with other awards.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, at this point in my life, I turned down more awards than I've gotten. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
You're like, give it to somebody else.
You know, after a while, it just
Been there,
becomes
done that.
rhetoric and you know, a bunch of just whatever. I don't know. I don't wear tight suits and bow ties, so I can't go to half these things. But that's what they want you to wear. And so, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No disrespect to those guys, but that's just not what I do. So, I wear whatever the fuck I want to wear. Excuse my French, but so I don't really move in those type of circles. Now, if we're gonna get something done, if we're gonna put something together, and it's gonna help some folks, or we're gonna do, you know, some type of opportunities that's gonna come out of it, then I'm with it. But just to sit around with cats and just to talk about other people and all this other crazy stuff that goes on with our people, because again, we got mental health issues, so I ain't mad at it. You know, but we just got to get past certain things, man. I just don't have a lot of time to be BSing no more.
Yeah, I feel you. The other thing I think that needs to be done that hasn't really been done is like we need to start finding people to run for office, like you know, because that's the only way in this city. Like everybody gets proactive when it's the presidential election and stuff like that. I mean, I'm all about that too. I'm like, you know, I always vote when but the thing that I don't understand is how people can be so proactive about voting but won't vote in their community, especially
that's what touches you the most.
Yeah, exactly, and especially black people, because in this city, judges are elected. Right. You know, and there's a chance that you could go in front of one of those judges being black. It may not be your fault. You know, it could be
a big possibility.
Yeah, and it could be just from DWB.
Right.
You know, and you end up in front of this judge.
Right.
And if you would have spent some time researching politics, you might have found out that, this judge, no, we need to get like Judge Woodruff.
Right.
You know,
when
you get Judge Woodruff in
Judge Woodruff, Ed Gainey, Jake Wheatley, Austin Davis is running, my homegirl Summer Lee is running for state rep. So we got people that's, you know, stepping up. You know what I mean? But we have to be more educated about the political process and how that works. A lot of us are afraid of things that we don't know about. And that's just natural. But, you know, when it comes to doing that paperwork and politics, we're afraid of that. We don't want to mess with it. But it's all about educating people. That's why we educate people about the business that we in. That's why we need to educate people about politics. Now, that might not be my lane to educate them, but I can get the people together.
You know, you network with the people.
Right.
Exactly. Because, I mean, that's what I did. Like, I went to a BPEP meeting.
Right.
You know, and I'm just sitting in the meeting. I figure out who I need to talk to.
Right.
I didn't have to go back to a BPEP meeting. I just talked
Right,
to that
right,
person,
right,
you know,
right.
and got involved with them, and that's how I got involved in working with Will.
Okay.
You
okay,
know,
right.
you
right.
know, because he ran for office a couple of times. You know, I would do graphic design and posters or whatever,
Right.
websites.
We've
and
been at
stuff.
it for a while, and
Yeah.
he know this stuff backwards and forwards.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, and I know in this city, political wise, some people don't get along with each other or
Yeah.
other groups and all that. I don't get into all that, man. If you got some information I need, or if I'm doing something that's gonna help the people, man, whether you like this cat or not,
Yeah.
I'm coming to get that info.
Yeah.
Because we need that.
yeah,
And
definitely.
I ain't never been one to say, man, I know you don't mess with this dude over here, but it ain't about that right now, man.
Yeah.
Because I need something he got, I need something you got that's gonna make this pie bigger, or make
Yeah.
the whole, make this pie taste better.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And so I just get in where I fit in, man. I don't get into all this church circle stuff, man, where
Yeah.
you go to Mount Aaron or Mount where, man, that's on you. But I will deal with the people that go there.
Yeah.
We'll go to this church and that church, bring them together for greater cause.
yeah,
And political wise, you know, I do the same thing.
Mm.
Street wise, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Cats may not get together or do things together, but
Yeah.
listen, I need y'all cats to make this thing happen
Yeah.
for everybody. And so, you know, I don't really ask or do anything in service of myself, really. You know,
Yeah.
'cause I could really, like I said, I could put my feet up and be cool
yeah, yeah.
with just the stuff I've done and live off of that and be cool with it. But nah, we ain't stopping there, man. We got too much work to do.
Yeah.
And every time I feel like I'm getting tired or want to stop, man, I just think like, nah, I can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just in you. You don't even,
Yeah.
you know how you get a day off and you just don't know what to do.
Yeah, yeah,
Like you finally
yeah.
got to do nothing, man.
Yeah.
You gotta do something.
Yeah,
It's
you gotta
in
find
you.
something to occupy your time, you know?
It's
Yeah.
in you, man. It's just
Yeah.
in you to do something, man. And that's just how I am, man. And so
Yeah.
there's no days off. I do sleep all right now. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Now that I kind of getting up in that age where I understand sleep is very important.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what my boy calls them, he was like, old man naps.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get them in. Because, I mean, like this year, I'm turning 48. So,
Okay.
in the last couple of weeks, I've been booked. Like, on a weekend, I have a regular spot on Friday, I have a regular spot on Saturday.
Right.
And then I've been getting booked for like daytime stuff. So I'm working Friday night till 2, you know, home by 3, up again, gotta go DJ someplace else from like 5 until 10, and then from 10 until 2 or 3 a.m., you know. So for somebody at 48 years old carrying all that equipment around, I'm tired.
Right. And you
So-
doing it the old school way though, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because you could just take a CD and one of those other joints that they got going on. You know what I mean? I don't know what they call
a
it.
control.